Hi gang, Jeff McAleer here once again, and today I'm very excited to take everything from Grand Prix outside the box. It's from our friends over at GMT Games, and it's designed by Jeff and Carla Horger. You might recall GMT released the NASCAR, or I guess I should say stock car racing game that Jeff and Carla designed a few years ago, and that's called Thunder Alley, and it is excellent. I am certainly not a fan of stock car racing, but Thunder Alley was an awesome game. And even if you're not into stock car racing, but you like racing games, by all means, you should really pick up Thunder Alley. But we're talking about Grand Prix, and this is a game for 2 to 11 players. So you can pack a lot of your friends around the table to play. And in fact, I've actually seen some photos of Jeff Horger at different conventions and that with, like metallic cars, metal cars laid out, and it's huge. It's pretty funny. So this is going to tackle Grand Prix racing, which is quite a bit different than stock car racing, and it's a sport that I know even less about than stock car racing. But there's two ways to really play or to score, as far as I understand. You can play where coming in first place counts a lot, or you can play where it's based on teams. Just like in stock car racing, you have teams of cars and drivers, so the better your team does, the better your success would be in the game. So I understand that that's got that as well. So it's medium complexity. As I mentioned, it's for 2 to 11 players, and the recommended age is 14 and up, with a game time of 60 to 90 minutes. Let's bust this on open. This is a pretty heavy box too. So let's get this open here. See what we've got inside. Okay, so first off, we've got the rules of play. Let's take a quick peek. And not a lot of pages. Altogether, it's 19 pages. So we've got an overview, talking about the cards and charts, sequence of play, important concepts, the race cards, which play a big part in Grand Prix. They definitely do in Thunder Alley. Lead movement, lateral displacement, wear markers, close call tokens, information markers, because as you're racing, your car will take wear and tear. Pit procedures, ending the race and winning, season rules, how to integrate Thunder Alley, so you could use the Thunder Alley tracks, list of the different racing cards and events, credits, and the glossary, and a bit of a player aid on the back. So we've got the counters here, and they are dual-sided is going to be my guess, because we see this is marked the front. Oh hey, and that's also marked the front. What's going on? Let's see, not really much difference, although it looks like the numbering is different. 98? No. 98. Well, you might want to take a marker or something and put a little dots, because I'm not seeing really a difference between the two sides. Okay, so we've got that. We've got some of the counters here, the markers. There we go, pretty sweet. And we've got a couple of, it looks like 2. Yeah, looks like we got 2 tracks. And then we've got some cards and a draw bag. So let's crack open one of the tracks. Oh, I'm going to take a guess this is going to be a tight squeeze coming out of this bag. No, actually not so bad. Sometimes you got to be careful when you're taking these maps out when they're in a plastic bag, because you might catch an edge, and you certainly don't want to do that. This is going to be pretty big, so I'm sure we're not going to be able to get the whole track in one shot. So we're seeing there's an area for the draw deck, discards, the laps. Not sure why that says Thunder Alley, but hey. Then we've got the track with the little movement squares. So that's a pretty good size map or board. Kind of feels silly saying a map. So good sized boards. So you're going to want to have a lot of space to lay this out, especially if you got 11 players. Come on, you don't want to squeeze everybody in. All right, so we've got that. Let's take a look at the cards. Oh, actually, before we do that, here we have, these are like the team cards. Bull Racing, Light Speed Racing, Midnight. And this is where, for each of the cars, you're going to be able to put down your wear markers, things like that. So you can easily track damage and wear and tear on each of the cards. So give me a second here and I will crack open these two decks of cards. Okay, so we've got the two decks of cards. We've got the event cards and then we have the race card deck. And I'm not going to go through a lot of these because I want a little bit of surprise for people when they play. But you're going to see the game is actually card driven. And these cards are kind of sticking. And a lot of it has to do with the color. And the rules aren't complex, but you do really have to get into the rules of how each of these move. Because, for an example, drafting plays a big part in Thunder Alley. So when, let's say, you move your car, other cars are also going to be moving. Cars that you don't own will also move along with you. It's a really cool mechanic. It works very, very well. And you're going to see that it's going to explain some text as well of what the card does. So there we have the race card deck. And then we've got the event card deck, which I'm not going to go through a lot of these because, like I said, you want a little bit of a surprise. So a weather change, tire limits, engine problems, suspension difficulties, so on and so forth can take place as the race goes on. So there we have the event card deck. Now, before I finish up, and I know I'm talking about Grand Prix, I should also mention with Jeff and Carla Horger for Thunder Alley, there's a new expansion. And I don't believe it's being released through GMT. I'm not positive, but I don't think it is. But if you're a fan of Thunder Alley and you've got the game and you weren't aware of it, be sure to check out the Thunder Alley expansion. It's designed by Richard Lanius. So he's a well-known and well-respected designer. So be sure to check out Jeff Horger's website. I don't know it offhand. Sorry, not off the top of my head. Anyway, like I said, I don't think it's through GMT. But enough of that. We're talking about Grand Prix and what you'll find when you crack open the box. Once again, loaded with goodies. Come on, it's GMT. It's what we expect. This does carry a $69 MSRP. Be sure to go to the GMT website to order. I don't hear anything that it's out of stock yet, but like most GMT releases, grab them while you can. Once again, if you'd like to learn more about Grand Prix, then by all means swing over to gmtgames.com. I'm Jeff McAleer. For all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV, so on and so forth, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com. And until next time, thanks for watching.